One word to describe Brockport for me is lasting. I thought about this one for a little while, and fun came to mind and great, but lasting, really, I have lasting memories. I have lasting friendships and lasting knowledge that I've carried through all of those throughout my entire personal and professional career.
Well, the key word for me, there's so many words, but opportunity.
I would say adventure. Coming here again from a small town, meeting all these new people, meeting all the new professors, taking new classes, learning, absorbing things. It was just an adventure for me. Every day was exciting. It was an adventure for me.
I think one word is probably evolving, and if it were two words, it'd be constantly evolving.
Definitely welcoming. I think Brockport is probably one of the friendliest college campuses that I've ever been on, and that played a huge role in my decision to go to Brockport in the first place.
So you go with commitment, I'll go with this one. No, I'm not, that's two words, but I'm not doing commitment. No? I have my own answer for this.
Okay.
One word. I'm not going to be selfish and show off. I'm going to actually use a sweetheart and hero
Really?
word.
Make up a word.
No.
Like make up a fake word.
Ooh, like mesh them together.
What is my favorite memory of Brockport? It's a great question to be asked right now because being that class has just started this week, walking on campus, I felt the buzz on campus. And my favorite memory was my first day at Brockport.
My favorite Brockport memory.
You gotta keep it clean.
Yeah, no. Couple things that come to mind, but what's my favorite? It's hard because I had two lives at Brockport. It was wrestling, and my favorite memories come from a lot of the competitions and traveling that we did. But I also met my wife at Brockport. She was my best friend, and I actually smelled her pillows in the elevator. Her father said, "Here, carry these up to whatever room she was in Bramley Hall," and I had her pillows. And a couple of my roommates had I don't know, stuff for a room, but I smelled her pillows. It was probably 2 years before we became.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there are a lot of funny stories. I was telling some to my cousin last night. And I'm not sure some of them should be repeated.
My favorite memory of Brockport, well, let me use this term, I was young.
One of the stories, of course, was getting your date back to the dorms at 10 o'clock on the weeknight, and what was it, midnight on the weekends. I think you could really go wild, and
My favorite memories are many. I probably can lump them in the one category, and that's the friendships I made over my 4 years at Brockport.
Thinking back, I had a lot of fantastic faculty in the Department of History and at Brockport altogether. But my favorite professor was Dr. Allison Parker. She was my advisor, and I had her for a family history class in the history department. And I just think back to the passion that she brought to the classroom and the teaching style that was really engaging for me, not only as a history student, but was engaging for other students who were taking classes in the history department as part of gen ed requirements.
I have a few here, favorite faculty and mentors, because I spent quite a few years in activism on campus, and so I got to know a lot of people. And one was Dr. Koye. He was my African American Studies professor, and he was also my advisor for the Organization for Students of African Descent. And one of the things about Dr. Koye was that he taught us to stand up for ourselves and to be forthright in our position and go after and accomplish those goals. He also was he was a friend as well. I remember I would stay on campus during the breaks to plan events for the upcoming semester, and he would reach out to me and invite me to his home to enjoy the holidays with his family. And so I kind of got to know him on a personal level as well as a professional student faculty level.
That's Gisela Fitching, no doubt. Because as soon as I got to Brockport, Gisela took me under her wing like immediately. I remember taking her acting class 101, You know, she taught us how to work from the inside out, you know, and coming from high school, you know, you have no technique, you just have a feeling for what you want to do. And so she guided me on how I could use who I am to do what I wanted to do. And she always, as I said, she always pushed me to do black theater. You have to bring the African American experience, you know, to Brockport. And so she shepherded me, you know, through a lot of, you know, situations and just encouraged me all the time.
When I was at Brockport, there were many faculty, professors that I remember very fondly. I would say that the ones that impressed me the most and left a lasting were mentors to me were those that were adjunct faculty, because I went directly from Brockport to working and then going on to get my master's. So the professors that I had that had roles in the community, I was able to utilize them past my experience at Brockport.
We can't leave out Coach Don Murray, the greatest lunatic that ever walked planet Earth. But I think that both of us would agree that we wouldn't be the men we are today without his incessant, I don't even know what you call it. What do you call it?
My favorite faculty was Gary Briggs. And it was meeting Gary and being in Gary's class that I really solidified my path in accounting and my career in accounting. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I came to Brockport. I was a little bit kind of all over the place. And I stepped foot in his classroom and he said, look to your left and look to your right. You won't see many of these people in a couple of weeks. And boy, was he right. It really separated the accounting majors. But it made me realize and find my passion. And he really stayed with me through my entire career at Brockport, checking in and making sure that everything was going well. And you know, I still keep in touch with him today.
Brockport has always been engaging and encouraging as well, and I think they've provided me with the drive to succeed and to achieve, and it was something that I didn't always have when I was in high school. So coming to Brockport and having faculty that were always pushing me to be the best that I could possibly be, not only in the things that I was comfortable doing, but also in the things that I was uncomfortable doing, helped me to become a better individual. And now thinking to where I am now today, those experiences have helped to push me in areas that I never would have expected myself to be successful in.
I think it gave me some tenacity, the opportunity is the big thing when I think about Brockport. And I learned to persist.
What I'm most proud of is the fact that I graduated from Brockport. And so I'm very proud of that. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. And then after that, my other brothers went to college and they graduated.
I think Brockport is unique because of the diverse student body and also the faculty, and again, the flexibility.
And even though it has grown immensely since I left here, it still has that comfortable feeling of a smaller institution where the kids really get to know each other as well as their instructors.
I loved it. I loved being at Brockport. It was the best decision I made in terms of my education.
Growing up so close to Brockport in Spencerport, I didn't even realize Brockport existed. And I had originally gone away to another university for my first year, came home uncertain of what I wanted to study and what I wanted to do. And I was like, I'll just go up the road and see how it goes. And so I took the drive up here and I fell in love. I wasn't 3 or 4 weeks into my first semester here, and just the professors, the people, the students, the business owners in town taking a stroll down Main Street. I mean, even though I commuted, I spent a lot of time here making sure that I was ingrained in the community, and the community is so welcoming. I never expected that at all, especially, like I said, growing up so close. I thought, oh, there's just that college up the road, you know, and for me, that's really what it was. Brockport is a hidden gem that I hope most of the world gets to find.